Hey folks, decided I'm going to have a play with the special Close to My Heart VIP We Are Good Together kit that a workshop's coming up for soon. I have no idea what everything is meant to look like in the workshop pages because I haven't had a look, but I just thought I'd get it out and have a play with it tonight because I haven't crafted in ages and I think it's about time. So I'm going to get out some of the photo place cards to use. And this is what the sheet looks like. Super duper cute. So to tie in with those colours in this, I'm going to do a background with the gloss sprays. And I know they don't all match, but they're quite cute. But anyway, so let's have a look. And it also comes with the mixed in papers and some cardstock as well. So I'll use one of those cardstock for the background. And let's go. That one and that one. So this is something new that I'm trying on Thursdays when I don't have anyone coming to my workshops, to do a Facebook live video, I guess. So it's just a bit of a trial and error and see how we go. I'm going to be crafting anyway, so I may as well film it, I guess. So I'll pop those back in there because I'm using the gloss sprays. I don't want any of my other papers to get damaged because I make a mess when I craft. So I'm going to pop them back inside the plastic sleeve while I do the background. So the gloss sprays dry quite quickly, which is great. So I'm just going to get out a couple of these hearts. Let's go. A couple of different ones. Oh, probably not that big. So I'll just go 3 of those, I think. So I'm going to use some gloss sprays on the wood pieces. I've never... do another one. Oh, let's get that one too. Never used the gloss sprays on the wood. I've used them on card, stock, lots and other things. But I'm sure they'll still look good. So... go yellow, I think, for this one. So I just want to do a bit of a shadow with this one, so I'm going to use this one twice. Got to shake your gloss sprays up a bit and make sure you leave a lid on when you do, because they can make a mess if you don't. So I just want to do this in the background. Probably enough. And then just clean your nozzle every time after you've used the gloss sprays so that it doesn't clog up. Now I'm just going to very carefully lift that one off. So I've got that little bit of shadow in the background there where the heart was. And I can use that element on something else. I just wanted that one in the corner there. And I might do a similar thing in this corner just so that the elements match and the page flows a bit more. It's probably a bit much, but we'll work with it. Take him off to dry over on the side there. So I'll just do these ones here, then I'll do the background of the page. Wipe off that excess. I've got my all-purpose mat underneath me here, which I absolutely love. So I'm just going to turn that around and coat it in that instead. And then leave that to dry over there in the corner. Wipe up that excess. You could use, actually that's a good idea, I might use a little bit of some extra white cardstock and soak up that extra paper, that extra paint gloss spray, instead of just wiping it onto a tissue. So I'll just go, yeah, 3 inch. About 4 inches. And you can use these in page elements or cards or whatever. But it's a good idea just to soak up that extra stuff while you're going. So you'll see what I mean with the next one. So I'll do, I don't think I need to do another blue one. Just wipe that nozzle. Let's go green. Alright. So I'm going to give him a soak with the green. Pop him over there to dry. And then pick up that bit of paper and just blot that on, and I'll pick up some more on that in a minute when I do the other colours. I really want a pale pink in these. I think it would go really lovely. So I'm just gonna, oh, that looks really nice with just that half actually. I might just leave that one. Soak up some more of that. A little bit of that one. There's that little bit of background. So I might just spray a little bit extra onto the mat just to pick up a little bit of extra colour. I don't necessarily need that. Yeah, and a little bit of dark blue, I think. The edges, I don't want too much of that dark colour in there, and that will give it a nice edge, kind of like almost will make it stand out against the white. Yeah, that's probably enough colour. Right. So I'll wipe that up now. So while they're all drying, I'll do the rest of the background. So I want to kind of make almost an oval effect in the background with the sprays. So I'm just going to come in to just depress it lightly. And just keep going around with the different colours, and I can add more colour in if I need to. And just a few little splatters here and there.
I should probably move this paper well out of the way, or I'm going to get spray on that because I always make a mess. So I only want a little bit of the dark colour. So that's probably 2 sprays will be enough for the dark colour, or it's going to be too much. So I've accidentally kind of gone more circular, but I'll just work with what it is. I'll just do a bit more colour under that and try and keep it in that circular pattern. I like that lime green. Just a few drops of that would be good, I think. So I'm kind of liking that. I think maybe a little bit more darker colour just here. Yeah, that's pretty good. So if I just hold that there, you can kind of see that those colours still tie in with that. Alright, that's pretty good. Alright, so I think maybe I'll go 4x4 photos. So I'll cut instead of 4x6 for this so that you can see there is a lot of that. So we'll pop those ones back in. We'll have a look and see if there's 4x4 ones in there. There's 3x3. I think they'll be too small. Yeah, they're too small for my liking anyway. Maybe if it was an 8x11 page, that'd be fine. I'll grab out my trimmer and cut some of that spare paper I had before. And do some 4-inch photo place. Just 2 of those. So we'll just wait until the rest of that page dries before we can adhere anything down. So I think I want a little bit more colour on the border. So I might do it similar to what we did here and just spray directly onto the board, onto the all-purpose mat. Colours will run a little bit, but it doesn't matter. Don't we have in there yet? That blue. So I'd have to work a little bit quickly with these or they will set. So I'm going to do similar to what we did before. I just put it on the edge
like that. Yeah, that's definitely what I needed. Just like that. Oops, that's probably a bit much colour there on that corner. Yep, so that's got a little bit of border at the top and the bottom. It kind of weighs all those colours in a bit. And we've got those little spare scraps there still, so I'll just pick up some of that colour. Like that. So as you can see, if you keep blotting, eventually they're going to turn brown because all the colours mix. But it still looks quite good like that. So that's pretty good. I'll just wipe up the excess. So the gloss sprays won't take to dry. And you can do them over the top. Once they're dry, you can do more colours over that if you wanted to, but I like that as it is. I think that is enough colour. Can't believe I said that. I love colour. Alright, so I'm going to get out. I'll wait until that's dry before I stamp directly onto there, but I had an idea of using this one as a bit of a border, and I'm glad that colour's there behind it. I think that looks great. Alright, so that one fits on there quite well, but I think I might do a second generation stamp beside it, because I think that needs it. Scrap a block. Yep, that fits well. So this is a brand new stamp set, so I'm just giving it a bit of a season so that the ink sticks well and it stamps beautifully. You can also stamp on and off a few times if you want to do it differently. So you use your sponge underneath you. And I'm going to use espresso. Normally I really love the black with the colours. But with that little bit of brown blending in there, I think the espresso will go really nicely instead of the black. So we'll see how that goes. Alright. Now you can probably stamp this on a scrap bit first to see if it's seasoned enough. You can normally tell because the ink won't stick to it as clearly. I think that'll be okay. So I want to do the second generation stamping as well. So I'm going to press down once firmly, and then I'm just going to do a shadow one beside that. So you've got that second generation stamping going on there. That. Something else. So it happens sometimes. Just gonna do a bit of a border with the piercing tool. I wasn't sure what it needs, but it needs something, so that'll just give it that almost fake element of stitching, just without the thread. Just along the side of the ruler with the piercing tool. Didn't take very long, but it actually looks pretty okay. So you could use a journaling pen and go around that if you wanted to. I don't have a pewter one, or I would use that. So there's something to add to my shopping list. But do I want black? I don't know. I think I'll just leave it with the piercing and not do the border. Yeah, all right. Okay, so it's nearly dry. There's just a few little spots that are a bit thicker, and you can see some of that gloss there. So you could go over that with your shimmer pens if you wanted to and give it a bit more bling, but I think that's quite nice just the way it is. All right, so I might stick with that espresso, I think, as the border. I need a bigger block. There's a pretty cool stamp set. How awesome is that? Alright, so just season again, so you can either stamp it off on a scrap bit of paper or just use your skin's natural oils to season that. Now, because this is a bigger one and we're stamping it there, I might get out the trusty Versamat so that we can get a good impression with that, but it doesn't really matter because it's mixed media layout, so it won't really matter if all the ink doesn't stick. It'll still look effective. So I'm going to come down in here. And because it's on a clear block, I can match that up almost. I might just continue that off the page, I think. Yep, definitely. So you can see with that little bit of border, that little bit of colour looks really good. Switch that around. Line up again. Oops. So I've accidentally just done a black line there with the edge of my block. So now I'm going to change it up a little bit from what I was picturing. So I'm going to deliberately put a little bit of ink on there and do a couple of lines, and the same on this side. Yep, that looks pretty good. And just scrunch it up a bit in the middle. There we go. Got to work with mistakes. All right. So this has got some cute little sentiments on it. You are some kind of wonderful. You are loved. We are good together. Best ever. So I might that, but that's life. So this will tie in with the hearts that we're going to be putting in the background. And I might put that up there actually. And I'll stick with the espresso. I don't want to add too many other colour elements into this with the rainbow nuts. So I'll just do it on the side of the love heart there. Loved. Cute. Alright. Now, I don't know what stickers they're going to be using for the online class, because I haven't actually looked at what the free workshop is. But normally there's stickers left over at the end of it. So if I accidentally use some on this, then so be it. You love to hear some kind of wonderful, crazy in love, all the feels. I might probably use all the feels, I think. So let's put our other elements on and see if I need that one. So, got our photo ones. Now, I might just... It's not quite long enough. Because I've got those little lines in the background, I might just make a little edge around the, oh no, let's just do the edges, I think. So I'll just drag the edges of the photo mat across the ink pad, just to give it that little bit of edge, and that'll make it stand out and match the little black lines. So it's not taking away from the photo, it'll just give it that nice little edge. So that's around about where they'd be going. So we can adhere those down and then put our other little bits and pieces on. Just have a drink. Alright, so I'm going to turn this around for me now. Make sure I like where those elements are on the page. That would probably look really good 3D mounted, but I've been scrapping in a format with my pages mostly flat lately. Because I layer already with mixed media, I don't feel the need to do as many 3D pages, I guess. So yep, I like where that one is. So I'll stick that down. I think I need a music soundtrack. Is it a good idea to have music in the background when I'm doing these classes? Live things? I don't know. What do you think, husband?
Possibly. You want me to sing for you?
No. I don't. I'm going to cover that up. So I like that there. If I had the pewter pen, I'd definitely put the border around that. But it is what it is. Can't have everything. Make do with what you got. Alright. So there's that little beauty. There's so many stamps here that you could put elements on this page with. I might just do a couple of little ones, I think. Using all the blocks tonight. So again, I'm going to stick with that espresso. Now, I only want to do half circle, so I could either just put my stamp pad on that and just leave that edge off, or another thing you can do is with some of your scrap paper that you've got, like this one here from the spare photo mat, so you can stamp up like you normally would, then just pop your scrap paper there and just like that, so you don't get anything on there. So I might keep that element running and do a couple more up the top. And do that same thing that I just did. Yeah, that looks quite cute. I think 2 is probably enough of that element. So I'll have to go through and clean my stamps later. What other elements do I want to use in that? I think I'll probably just go the heart now, but I'll stick my other elements down first, and then where I think it needs space, I'll do the little heart in the background of that. Alrighty, so we've got our little heart embellishments here that we got out earlier. So we'll probably make a few little clusters. And these will be that 3D element, I guess. So 2. I like that one there. And with that one, I like the half heart, I think. Yeah, there. And just a couple of blue speckles on that one. So you'd normally try and do your little clusters together when you're doing your design elements. So we might need a little bit of bling there. I know. A little bit of liquid pearls perhaps in the blue. Alright, so we can stick those ones down. So you could use sticky dots or all kinds of things to stick these down, but I'm going to use my trusty dual action glue pen, which I love to pieces. I've had this for so many years and it's still going. Oh, I need to wait until that's tacky before I stick it down, maybe. Okay. So this one, you just load it up with the extra glue and just press it down if you need an extra dollop of glue, because it's soaking into the wood a little bit. I didn't think of that. It'll need that little extra bit. So you probably some sticky glue dots would do well in that, but that's all right. I like those 2 yellow ones together there. So you could probably sit something on those to weigh them down while they're sticking. But I just did the wrong side then. Oh, there we go. And you'll be sliding your photo in underneath that one there later on. Alright, so let's do some little hearts in the background. So I think we need a kind of a pink over here, so let's go the raspberry, I think. What other colour do we need? I don't know if the lemon's going to take away from that mustard, so I might stick with the avocado. And oh look, let's throw in a bluebell because it's the colour of the year, and why not? Alright, so get out the little love heart, and this is where I will have to put some water on my trusty stamp chamois over here and let that soak, because it's been sitting out drying for a bit now because I didn't put it away. And that way we can clean that when I've finished. Alright, getting that everywhere. Alright, so light colours normally first, so we'll just do a couple of these little hearts here and there. Let's go on there, and one down there, just little subtle hints of it. And there, right, that's enough bluebell. So just a quick clean on the stamp chamois, then we can move on to the next colour. So avocado. This is another one of the beauties of having clear blocks. You can look at I really like that avocado on the lime, actually looks good. I think that's probably enough, just two with that. And raspberry. So I need some pink elements over here. So I think probably just there. Pink fuchsia and that has all kind of disappeared on this page under places, and I just needed a little bit of that in there. Maybe one just there. Second generation, maybe? Yeah. Oh, cool. So that's enough of the little hearts. And then I think we'll grab our sticker sheet out. Oh, it needs something else, I think. Alright, let's get out. dots. Whoops. Somewhere I wasn't meant to put it. So just a couple of little clusters. And that blue. That's probably all you need. Will we do one in the pink? Why not? So I've used quite a few mixed medias in this one. So what I want to do is, I think I want to add in a little bit of different element in that with the mixing. So I'll just leave that to the side for a minute. All right. So got the fancy borders die cuts, running out of room on my table, and let's cut trusty old sissy. Going to do a little strip of this in the mixings. And just got a little bit of washi tape there. To stick that down with, because washi tape will peel off really easily afterwards. Then I'll sandwich that and run it through. So I'll continue that on. So if I want it longer on the page, washi tape, lift that up, line that back up, stick it back down. So now to do the same thing again, pop it in, and run it through. Alright, so now washi tape's so fun. Alright, so gonna have a look at that element on there, either that way or that way. Let's see if that looks good. And then trim it down to size. Don't trip over that weapon. Go about there, tuck that in under there, and I don't think it needs extra anywhere? Oh yeah, let's do one down there. That one. Done. So the beauty of not going all the way to the edge with the adhesive, because you know it's going to be inside the cover, is you can stick elements underneath things like that and then just put a little bit of adhesive on. Oh, and they're going to stay there. I didn't even try that the other way around to see if I liked it, which is probably would have looked good with the other pattern, but that's life. It's on now. Yep, like that. Cool. And I still think it needs trying to decide where that element looks best. I think I like it. All the feels, but it needs something else behind it. Alright, so let's go a little bit of that leaf. Let's cut that off. And just trim around the sticker a little bit so you can't really tell you cut it off. Need something else. It's fun when you're adding elements to something. So I'm going to stick that on there. Trim off that little excess bit there. All the feels. Wish that was a little bit bigger, but that's life, isn't it? And little cluster in the corner there. Have some elements from the page. I reckon. Do we want some of that behind it? What about the other way around? No. No, that's not what it's missing. It's missing something. Let's do that. I wonder what that arrow was meant to be for, because now it's for this. So we'll stick that under there a little bit and just have it coming out the other side. Probably not that far. Let's trim that off a little. So that looks pretty good. I think maybe a few of those words down the side would be good. So these ones here, let's cut a couple of these words out and see how they go in the next ends. So love, moment, oh yeah. It needed some extra bits. What other word? Let's go adore. So love, moment, adore, and I better check what's on the other side of that. Let's just go a little bit of that. Give that a bit of a trim. And we'll turn this one into dovetail. Yep, feels good. So I'm just going to keep those two elements there. I don't think the third one needs to be there. There we go. Cut it out, so I may as well use it. So I'll stick that one there. That will give that photo a bit more framing. And tie that edge in a bit more. And I like how those little espresso lines in the back match with these words too. So there we go. So all you need to do is add your photos and your journaling. Stick that bit down a little bit more. Done. Cool. So that was done with the VIP paperback. All done.